Every night, millions of people unknowingly sabotage their brain health with one simple habit they believe is harmless, or even helpful. It's something sitting in nearly every medicine cabinet, taken out of routine or comfort, often just before bed. But what if this everyday substance, praised for its calming effects, is actually impairing your memory, dulling your focus, and setting the stage for long-term cognitive decline? Researchers are now raising alarms about how this seemingly innocent bedtime ritual could be quietly disrupting your brain's overnight repair system. If you've been waking up feeling groggy, foggy, or just not as sharp as you used to be, this habit could be the hidden reason. And the longer it continues, the greater the potential damage. What you're about to hear could change the way you think about your nightly routine, and maybe even protect your brain for years to come. For years, people have turned to this common substance as part of their bedtime routine, trusting it to help them unwind, ease discomfort, or simply fall asleep faster. It's found in over-the-counter medications, supplements, and even some herbal remedies. But new research reveals a disturbing connection between this nightly habit and accelerated cognitive decline. Scientists are beginning to uncover how this ingredient interferes with the brain's natural detoxification process that occurs during deep sleep, which is crucial for memory consolidation and neurological repair. When this process is disrupted, harmful waste proteins can accumulate, leading to long-term damage that may not be immediately noticeable. This video dives into the science behind the problem, explores the real risks you might be facing, and offers safer, evidence-based alternatives to protect your brain without sacrificing your sleep. During sleep, the brain enters a critical repair phase that is essential for maintaining cognitive health. This period, especially during deep non-REM sleep, activates the glymphatic system, a specialized network responsible for flushing out neurotoxic waste products that build up during waking hours. One of these waste products, beta-amyloid, is linked to the development of Alzheimer's disease. If this nightly cleansing process is impaired, harmful proteins and toxins can accumulate, slowly damaging neurons and weakening the connections vital for memory, focus, and decision-making. In younger, healthy individuals, the brain typically manages this task efficiently. However, factors like age, stress, poor sleep quality, and certain substances can interfere with this vital process. Moreover, the production of melatonin, a hormone crucial for initiating sleep and supporting brain detox, naturally declines with age, making the brain more vulnerable to disruptions. When deep sleep is shortened or fragmented, the brain is deprived of this essential maintenance time. Over weeks and months, the damage becomes cumulative, contributing to brain fog, slower thinking, mood disturbances, and, in severe cases, early cognitive decline. Many people don't realize that their nightly routine might be actively sabotaging this delicate system. The connection between sleep and brain health is not just about getting enough hours, it's about achieving the right depth and quality of rest to allow the brain to heal, regenerate, and perform its complex self-cleaning duties. Without that, the consequences may not show up immediately but are inevitable over time. One of the most common yet overlooked substances that many people consume before bed is actually one of the most disruptive to brain health: alcohol. Often taken in the form of a nightcap or a casual glass of wine to unwind, alcohol may feel like it helps induce sleep, but in reality, it significantly interferes with the brain's ability to enter and maintain deep, restorative sleep stages. Shortly after consumption, alcohol sedates the central nervous system, leading to drowsiness and an easier onset of sleep. However, as the body metabolizes the alcohol, it causes a rebound effect, leading to fragmented sleep, increased nighttime awakenings, and suppression of REM sleep, the critical phase responsible for memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and neural repair. What's more, alcohol impairs the glymphatic system's function, disrupting the nightly brain detox process and allowing neurotoxic waste like beta-amyloid to accumulate. Over time, this can quietly degrade cognitive performance, slow reaction times, and raise the risk of long-term neurodegenerative conditions. The effects are even more pronounced in those who use alcohol regularly or in higher amounts, even if the use seems moderate by social standards. In addition, alcohol reduces melatonin production, throws off the circadian rhythm, and increases oxidative stress in brain cells. Combined, these effects create a neurochemical environment that accelerates brain aging while giving the illusion of rest. Unfortunately, because the consequences aren't immediate, many people continue the habit night after night, unknowingly setting the stage for cognitive decline. What may feel like a harmless ritual is, in fact, a slow-acting threat to mental clarity, emotional balance, and long-term brain resilience. Numerous scientific studies have confirmed the damaging effects of alcohol consumption before bed on brain health. Research published in journals like Neurology and Sleep Medicine Reviews shows that even moderate alcohol intake can significantly disrupt the brain's natural rhythms during sleep. One major area of focus is the glymphatic system, a waste-clearing mechanism that becomes highly active during deep sleep. Studies from institutions like the University of Rochester have demonstrated that alcohol suppresses this system's ability to flush out harmful proteins such as beta-amyloid, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease. When this process is interrupted repeatedly, the buildup of these neurotoxins can slowly erode cognitive function. Furthermore, research using MRI scans has found that regular nighttime drinking is associated with brain atrophy, particularly in regions related to memory and executive function. These structural changes may not be apparent immediately, but over years, they contribute to noticeable declines in thinking speed, decision-making, and mood stability. In addition, studies examining brain wave activity during sleep have consistently shown that alcohol shortens the duration of REM sleep and causes increased sleep fragmentation. REM is essential for learning and emotional processing, and its disruption is strongly correlated with anxiety, depression, and impaired memory retention. Importantly, the impact is not just seen in heavy drinkers. Research has shown that even small amounts, such as 1 glass of wine, can begin to alter sleep architecture and neurochemical balance. These changes may be subtle at first but become compounded over time, especially in older adults whose brains are already more vulnerable to oxidative stress and impaired repair mechanisms. Collectively, the scientific consensus is clear: alcohol before bed creates an illusion of relaxation while initiating a silent process of cognitive decline. Across the country, more and more individuals are discovering the subtle but serious consequences of their nightly routines. One common story emerges from people who believed a glass of wine or a small nightcap helped them relax and sleep better. Initially, they felt a sense of calm, falling asleep quickly and assuming the habit was harmless or even beneficial. However, over time, many began to notice changes that were difficult to ignore: morning grogginess, increased forgetfulness, mental fog, and a growing dependence on alcohol to wind down each evening. A retired schoolteacher in her early 60s reported that she began experiencing frequent memory lapses, forgetting simple words and misplacing objects regularly. She assumed it was just aging, but after eliminating her evening drink, she noticed improvements in clarity and sleep quality within weeks. A young professional shared how his nightly beer turned into 2 or 3, leading to poor sleep and chronic fatigue that impacted his performance at work. After learning about the effects of alcohol on brain detoxification, he shifted his habits, replacing alcohol with herbal tea and adopting a sleep routine that dramatically improved his mental sharpness. Another account came from a man in his 40s who began suffering from persistent anxiety and trouble concentrating. After removing alcohol from his nighttime habits and focusing on sleep hygiene, he experienced a noticeable lift in mood and energy, along with better memory retention. These stories, while personal, reflect a growing awareness among individuals who were unknowingly compromising their brain health. What they all have in common is the realization that a seemingly minor habit was silently affecting their cognitive function, mood, and overall well-being. Many expressed surprise at how quickly they noticed positive changes once they made the switch, underscoring just how impactful this single adjustment can be. These real-life experiences reinforce the scientific data and highlight the power of small, consistent changes to protect long-term brain health. To support brain health and promote restful sleep without harmful side effects, experts recommend adopting alternatives that work in harmony with the body's natural rhythms. One of the most effective changes is creating a calming nighttime routine that signals the brain it's time to wind down. This can include dimming the lights, limiting screen exposure an hour before bed, and engaging in relaxing activities such as reading, journaling, or gentle stretching. Incorporating adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha or holy basil into the evening routine has been shown to reduce cortisol levels and promote a sense of calm. Natural sleep aids such as magnesium glycinate or L-theanine can also support the nervous system and improve sleep quality without impairing cognitive function the next day. Herbal teas like chamomile, lemon balm, or valerian root are gentle yet effective options that help ease the body into sleep naturally. Another helpful approach is practicing mindfulness or guided meditation, which has been linked to reduced anxiety, better mood regulation, and improved cognitive performance. For individuals accustomed to using alcohol or other substances to fall asleep, gradually reducing dependence while implementing these healthy strategies can result in significant improvements. Sleep hygiene also plays a crucial role. Keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, maintaining a consistent bedtime, and avoiding large meals or stimulants in the evening can all enhance the body's natural sleep cycle. Additionally, regular daytime movement, especially in the morning, can improve circadian rhythm alignment and deepen sleep at night. Replacing harmful substances with these evidence-based alternatives empowers individuals to protect their cognitive function, support emotional balance, and wake up feeling mentally refreshed and physically restored. These practices not only safeguard the brain against long-term damage but also foster an overall healthier, more sustainable approach to rest. Beyond the commonly known substances that can impair brain health during sleep, several overlooked nighttime habits and environmental factors quietly undermine neurological function. One major contributor is exposure to artificial blue light in the evening, particularly from phones, tablets, and televisions. This light disrupts melatonin production, the hormone responsible for regulating the sleep-wake cycle, which not only interferes with sleep quality but also compromises the brain's ability to detoxify during deep sleep. Another hidden risk is inconsistent sleep timing. Going to bed and waking up at varying hours confuses the body's internal clock, leading to chronic circadian misalignment. This inconsistency has been associated with mood instability, memory impairment, and reduced brain plasticity. Poor air quality in the bedroom, caused by lack of ventilation or allergens such as dust mites and mold, can restrict oxygen flow and place added stress on the brain during sleep. Additionally, consuming heavy or processed meals close to bedtime forces the body to focus on digestion rather than recovery, which can lead to inflammation and poor brain drainage through the glymphatic system. Even something as simple as sleeping in a noisy or overly bright environment can prevent the brain from entering the deeper stages of sleep that are critical for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. Chronic stress also plays a subtle role, especially when the mind is overstimulated before bed by intense conversations, negative news, or mental overplanning. These stressors elevate nighttime cortisol, which interferes with REM sleep and limits the brain's overnight repair mechanisms. Together, these risks accumulate, silently eroding cognitive resilience and contributing to long-term neurological decline if not addressed. Identifying and minimizing these hidden disruptors is key to protecting the brain and optimizing sleep for mental clarity, emotional stability, and long-term cognitive vitality. The evidence is clear: seemingly harmless nighttime habits can have profound effects on brain health over time. From a single substance taken before bed to the hidden environmental triggers in the bedroom, the choices made in the hours before sleep either support brain repair or slowly dismantle it. Now that the risks are understood, the power lies in taking intentional steps to protect cognitive function each night. Small adjustments, like removing that one damaging substance from the evening routine, limiting blue light exposure, and sticking to consistent sleep hours, can yield significant improvements in memory, focus, and emotional balance. Sleep is not just a passive state, it is an active, restorative process that the brain depends on for survival and optimal function. The brain has a remarkable ability to recover and rebuild, if given the right conditions. Viewers are encouraged to take inventory of their current nighttime habits, identify what might be undermining their brain health, and make the necessary changes today. Their future clarity, decision-making, and long-term cognitive strength depend on it. For more practical tips and science-backed solutions, they are invited to explore additional content that dives deeper into natural strategies for protecting the brain, improving sleep quality, and preventing neurological decline. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment, and it starts with one smart change tonight.